Hey everyone, in this video I want to talk about my life with Tetris, mainly Tetris 99, but before I talk about Tetris 99, I will talk about Tetris on the Game Boy, because that's where it all started. The first Tetris game I played was on the Game Boy. In the beginning I played on the original Game Boy, but later only on this Game Boy Color. After all these years it still works and here and there I still play on it. In my early childhood I spent most of my time at home playing video games and watching TV. The cool thing about the Game Boy was that I didn't need a TV, so I was able to play games while watching TV, or in my bed before going to sleep, or in the morning before going to school. Tetris was always a phase game for me. There were times where I didn't play Tetris, but then there were times where I played a lot of Tetris nearly every day. I also figured out certain spins on my own, for example this one, or this one. Here I use the T-piece and spin it into the gap. This is called a T-spin. Back then I didn't know that T-spins will become so valuable in modern Tetris. The first Tetris game I played where T-spins were worth anything was Tetris DS. I played a lot of Tetris DS, but never online. I was proud that I figured out T-spins on my own. I even figured out some setups on my own. So I was able to do T-spins and also all clears. Every now and then I played Tetris on a PC. I don't know which websites I played Tetris on back then. I simply searched it on Google. The change from Game Boy or DS to a keyboard was not a problem for me back then. Since PC Tetris is usually faster than official Tetris, I got used to it very well. So when I played Tetris with a keyboard, it was always really fast. But at some point I stopped playing Tetris for a longer time. Between September 2011 and November 2012, we took care of our landlord's cat. Her name was Ursel. I went down to her every day and played with her and cuddled her. She was already very old, but very often she came up the stairs to us and also slept here in our rooms. When I was downstairs in her room with her, I often took our DS with me and played some games. I mostly played Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games and Tetris DS. Every morning I went into her room and gave her some food, and during the day I spent some time with her, playing, cuddling, or simply being in the same room with her, so that she is not alone the entire day. In November 2012 I went into her room again before school. I turned on the light and saw her lifeless on the floor. The previous evening I was with her and already noticed that something was going on with her. I thought about spending the night with her, but some animals prefer to be alone, so I was unsure what to do. After that I stayed home for a few days. I remember many things in connection with other things. When I think about Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, I think of Christmas 2014 where I played Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U with my brother, or summer 2018 where I played Mario Kart 8 Deluxe the whole summer in the living room while my parents watched me playing, or Schnuffel, or that my dad died. What about this little ball here that you often saw in my Tetris streams and videos? Ursel loved this ball and played with it a lot. Since 2013, Mila plays with this ball and she loves it too. When I think about Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games or Tetris DS, I also think of Ursel. After she died, I didn't play Tetris that much anymore. In early 2019, Tetris 99 came out for the Switch. I already waited for an official Tetris Battle Royale game for a while. Shortly after release I played it. I only wanted to win once, but what should I say? I got addicted. In the beginning I was very rusty and played slowly, but after every match I became faster again. It was so much fun to play Tetris again after so many years, and this time also online against other people. After a few matches I accidentally did a T-spin and thought, oh yeah, T-spins exist. I just did a T-spin out of impulse, and after that I got used to doing T-spins again. I became faster and better, and after a while I was able to win several matches in a row. In 2019 I played a lot of Tetris 99. Like I did with Mario Kart, I always played it in the living room, on the TV, and my mom watched me playing and my brother also played a few matches. In the second half of 2019 I started playing Random and got addicted again. In December 2019 I bought a capture card to stream Tetris 99 at Mario Kart. At that time I was more addicted to Tetris and mainly streamed Tetris 99. In January 2020 I searched Tetris 99 on Twitch. I was hoping to find snipe lobbies. Then I found Mr. 9 Lives. He streamed snipe lobbies and prepared everything for the next snipe league. At that time my English was still very bad. Reading or listening in English was okay, but talking or writing in English was hard for me. It was a hard decision if I should join an English community. The same was true for Random. At some point the snipe league started. For us Europeans, it started at around 3 AM and went on until about 5 AM, several times a week. Since I work at home, I had enough time for it. During the first session I thought about streaming it, then I set everything up and streamed the Snipe League. It was fun. Even Wumbo participated in the Snipe League. He is one of the modern Tetris gods. I had no chance against him. I've also played with other streamers and often met the same people in different streams. That was cool. I also stream Snipe lobbies. My streams are listed in German, but because of my presence in English streams, some English people joined my streams and also raided me. That was hard. My English wasn't good enough to stream in English, so they left my stream after a short time. Even though I streamed Snipe lobbies the whole year, almost no people joined my stream. Only 3 or 4 people joined my stream here and there. But mostly I had no viewers. In summer 2020 I started to stream Mario Kart. But sadly I had connection problems with my Joy-Cons sometime later. In September I bought a keyboard for my Switch for Tetris 99. In the beginning I had to get used to it because I haven't played Tetris with a keyboard for a few years. And sometime later, the Snipe Leagues became Snipe Cups. In mid 2020 I thought I found a good rhythm for YouTube and Twitch. streaming a few times a week and making videos for Rando on the other days. But sadly, it didn't work out as I had hoped. At that time, my body was giving me too many problems. My pain was getting worse and I was also bleeding more than before. I thought my body was nearing its end and I was going to die because of the bleeding. I lost a lot of blood. And no, I didn't went to a doctor. For me it doesn't make that much sense. But I continued playing Tetris and participated in every Snipe League and wanted to participate in every Snipe Cup too. In October 2020 was the last Snipe League. I didn't feel that good, but I still streamed. But after 2 or 3 matches I couldn't play anymore. My pain was too bad and I stopped. The next session was the same. I started to stream and stopped again after a short time. It was too much for my body. That was the only time I didn't really play in a Snipe League or Snipe Cup. My body couldn't really recover. I felt bad. Since my right arm and hand has been hurting me a lot for many years and the rest of my pain got worse, I couldn't play much. And when I did, I couldn't really enjoy it. At the end of December 2020, I got an award for Mr. 9 Lives.
Alright, most played Tetris 99 games. This is league games is what it should say, it just didn't fit right. But the most played games is going to go to Pushy Misumi. Played every match, actually streamed every match. Wumbo skips a lot of games, it's not Wumbo on that.
I also won a small 9L button. I always have it near my keyboard when I play Tetris. I continued to stream the next Snipe Cups, and in January, one day after a Snipe Cup, I streamed Diddy Racing. At some point during the stream, I got a headache, but I kept on streaming. Sometime later I felt really bad and stopped. After that, I jumped into my bed and passed out. After I woke up, I couldn't really move. My pain was too strong. I spent several days in my bed and felt bad because I couldn't do my work. Even though I was feeling so bad, I prepared everything for the next Snipe Cup and was ready to stream. But Mr. 9 Lives didn't start at the stream. It was really hard to sit here. But I waited. Without success. There were no more Snipe Cups. I knew there were some problems, but I didn't expect the Snipe Cups to end so soon. Since I could hardly sit anyway, I laid down again. I was sad. The Snipe Leagues and Cups were fun. These regular tournaments were great. The community was also great. Normally I do my work 2 times a day, but since my Diddy Racing stream I can't really do it anymore. It's too much for my body. Every now and then it works out, but then I need to lay down a lot in my free time. This was also a reason that I didn't stream that much anymore. Since I can't do my work that well anymore, I don't deserve it. And the more I stream or play games, the worse everything gets. At that time, I also like to play Tek or Tetrio. Tetrio is PC Tetris, really fast Tetris. But because Tetris made my hands and fingers hurt more, I couldn't play Tetris that much anymore, so I got very rusty. I still play Tetris from time to time, but as soon as I'm warmed up, I practically have to stop again because it hurts too much. So training to get better isn't really possible for me. And yes, I've tried it. I've played Tetris very intensely from time to time, but it doesn't work. I've already reached my skill limit. I was still able to beat my sprint time every now and then, but as I said, I can't play that long anymore due to my pain. My concentration while playing is also not great. Often I only play with muscle memory because I have to concentrate on my hands. In one of my T99 streams, a Tetris player joined my stream and wanted me to join a specific Tetris Discord server. I felt uncomfortable, but I still joined. There were many pro players on the server, and mostly they played way better than me. I already thought about something like that before joining the server. Sometime later I left the server again. It didn't make sense to stay there. I knew I couldn't really become part of this community because of different reasons. There were also some Snipe players in my streams that played way better than me, and that's completely fine for me. The only bad thing was that, even though they knew I had no chance against them, they continued sniping me. I've also snapped many streams, but there we were all almost at the same skill level and everyone had a chance to win. In my streams with these specific players, I didn't have that chance. It would have been okay if we had been many players, but we were only 2 or 3. I did play it in a few streams where the others weren't as good as me, but usually I only play 1 or 2 matches before I stop. It would be unfair if I kept playing and always win against them. Sadly, there were also some who immediately got angry and insulted me. They could have said it nicely, but no, they immediately insulted me. It was not only about my skill, but also about my player level. They saw my level and hated me, because I would be a pro and play against beginners. The player level says nothing about the skill of the player. It only means that you played a lot, and playing a lot doesn't mean that you are a pro. There are many people that have a higher level than me, even though they are not as good as I am. And the same is true the other way around. Once I sniped a streamer a little more than I should have. They played password matches. I watched the streamer for years and he and his community knew my name for a longer time. The way I saw it, I was the best. I didn't want to play that much, but when I wanted to stop, 2 other snipers joined. Since I was already known in this community, I wanted to defend the community against those 2 pros, because no one knew these. I thought the community would understand why I kept playing, but no. Many became angry and complained. I felt bad. I wanted to stop, but then the 2 strangers would have won all the time, and they also did. And they blamed me because I kept playing. They mostly ignored the other 2 players. At some point I streamed less Tetris 99 and instead I streamed more Tek and Tetrio. In 2022 I also streamed Tetrio and Tek from time to time. At some point someone came into my stream and said he likes to watch Tek by a specific streamer and also always plays with her, a German streamer. I was interested and joined one of her next streams. When I wrote my typical "heyo" in the chat, everyone knew who I was. Someone had already talked about a Pushy there. He said that Pushy is really good and fast in Tetris. She is a pro player. At some point in 2021 I didn't talk to my streams anymore and only wrote in chat, so new viewers couldn't hear my voice. And since my profile pic is a girl, he thought I was female. This happened multiple times, even during the snipe leagues and cups, and also many times in real life. But sadly I'm not. But yeah, I immediately felt uncomfortable. After all, I'm not really a pro player. I play at a certain speed and I can also do T-spins, but I also make a lot of mistakes that shouldn't really happen to me so often. Many other Germans are way better than me. After playing against a streamer while all the viewers were watching, I was able to fulfill the role as a pro, but I didn't really feel good about it. I still felt uncomfortable, similar to my position on the random Discord server. I played together with her and others in her stream a few times, but I couldn't really feel that comfortable. I thought about not joining her streams anymore, several times. But because they liked it when I played against her and others, I still joined her stream here and there. I also received a postcard from her that I bought with the channel points. My current tetris sprint PB is 31.1 seconds. This PB was more of an accident. I set this record while watching her stream. Whenever I wanted to do sprints, I had to hope for a good day. A day where my fingers wouldn't hurt that much. It's like a chain reaction. I start playing, I warm up, then my hands hurt more. That makes me play worse. My concentration is bad anyway, and then the pain makes it even worse. And that makes me play even worse. Which also means I can't really train to get better. There are also many tetris players that play much faster than me. And those who play fast also press the buttons faster. Normally I was always faster pressing buttons, but because it hurts after a short time, I can't play at my max speed for so long and often have to play slower than I actually want to. That's why I can't keep up with many other players and lose. Some Tetris players I've known since 2020 are now way better than me. Back then we were equally good and had great matches together. Everyone got so much better, but not me. Instead, I often play even worse than I did in 2020. I accept that I can't get better anymore, but it still makes me sad. Many games have achievements. Some are really easy, but often they are also really hard achievements. Tetris 99 also has something like that. It goes from simple things like clear 10,000 lines to harder things like do 3 perfect clears in one game. As a reward, you get new icons that you can use and other players can also see them. You also get many icons simply by reaching a specific level. But there's one specific icon in Tetris 99. Sharpshooter. To get this player icon, you need to win 10 team battles in a team with 10 or less players. This is the hardest achievement in Tetris 99, and it's also luck based. In May 2021 I played some team battles, and at some point I got into a team with 10 or less players. Mewtwo was in the same lobby, but in a different team. I know him since the Snipe League, and he and many other players tried to help the small teams to win, so that they get this achievement. In this match he helped me too. This was the first time I got into a team with 10 or less players, and I won, so I needed 9 more wins. The chance to get into a lobby with a team of 10 or less players is really small, and the chance is even smaller to get into this small team, so it can take a really long time to get this. Every time I saw a small team, I also tried to help. It's already hard enough to get into a small team, and then losing doesn't feel that great. So I tried my best to help. Of course this icon will lose its value when everyone helps each other, but in the end it's just an achievement in a game. A luck-based achievement. It also happened that I saw 2 small teams in the same game, and once I was in one of those small teams, and I won. In 2021, 2022 and 2023 I won 6 times in a small team. In April 2024 I started to play some team battles again, and this time I recorded them. I got my 7th win at the end of April, my 8th win at the beginning of May, and my last 2 wins on the same day at the end of August. I lost 3 or 4 times in a small team, and besides the first time where Mewtwo helped me, I really had to fight to win. So, in 9 out of 10 matches, I led my team to victory. And now I'm a part of the Sharpshooter army. In 2018, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe was my favorite game. In 2019 and 2020, Tetris 99 was my favorite game, besides some Rando of course. I don't know how much longer I can keep my current skill level in Tetris, but I also don't take it that serious. It's just a game, but without Tetris 99 and Rando, I wouldn't sit here today.